Flower production in kiwifruit requires energy reserves stored over winter, which are then used by the plant in spring to grow new flowers. We want to make sure that we've got a lot of energy in the kiwifruit canes over winter so that in spring they can grow a ton of flowers and develop a lot of fruit. The cultivars differ in their productivity, how many flowers they'll make. So the green variety Hayward is less floral, and some of the new varieties that have come out of plant and food research are more floral. And so we're trying to understand why that is. Do they differ in their ability to store energy and then release that again in spring?
We're trying to understand how energy is stored in kiwifruit canes. So we get the cane from the orchard and we bring it back to the lab and we pop it into a machine called a microtome. We slice it really thinly, about 40 microns thick, and look at that under the microscope. And we add different stains to see different cell types, and we look at the starch as well. And we can see if the cells are full of starch or if they might only be half full, and we can relate that to how the vine is producing flowers and fruit.
So there's energy that's being used to grow the woody tissues, which is quite energy intensive, and there's also energy being put into that storage pool. That might affect the sort of overall balance that you get in the end of the season in autumn and what you actually have stored in the canes going into winter.
In an orchard, the way that kiwifruit is trained, you can have high vigour cane or low vigour canes. So high vigour canes are a lot thicker and they grow a lot longer, whereas low vigour canes are shorter and a lot skinnier. Sometimes the low vigour canes have heaps of fruit and the high vigour canes will have not much fruit. And that's quite interesting because you'd think that the high vigour canes have more room for carbohydrates to be stored, but it seems like for some reason the low vigour canes produce more fruit.
The variability between high fruiting smaller diameter canes and lower fruiting thicker diameter canes is something that is quite common across the cultivars. Particularly in the green kiwi fruit, the really thick canes just do not produce a lot of flowers. So we're just trying to understand the reasons for that. So by having some data to back up these starch storage and release patterns, we'll be able to give the industry recommendations of what kinds of wood they should be selecting and retaining over winter, and they'll be able to optimize their flower production with that knowledge.